Hey guys, Bearded Bricks bringing you guys another video. Today we're looking at set 10326, the Museum of Natural History. Uh, that's modeled after the one from New York, more than likely. I'll get into the reasons for that in a minute, but here we have the box for the set. Obviously, it's beautiful as you can see. On the front, we have the gorgeous design for with all the figures outside. On the back, you guys can see we have all the other modular sets lined up outside with the hotel and the theater and the pizzeria that we've already gone through before. The set does come with 7 figures, and it comes with a bunch of small little builds, and we're gonna get into all that. Now, as you guys can see here, I do have this on a Mills plate. I actually built this on top of it. I'll have a little bit of a breakdown on how that went going forward, because I think more than likely as I go through and build these modulars, I'm going to be building them on these Mills plates and only these Mills plates, because I'll tell you again, if you guys haven't seen the video, building on Mills plates is just better. I have no issues moving this. There's no bending. It's just easy. Each Mills plate is like 20 bucks. It took 2 Mills plates for this. Luckily I had them already made from that video. And I have not moved the jazz club or the pizzeria yet, but I'm wanting to do it. I just got to buy another 2 plates now or finish building the ones I have. So like all of the icons or the modular theme sets, there is a ton of detail within this. Obviously the figures themselves, nothing is notable. You have the curator, you have a kid and his mom, you have 2 or 3 other workers for the museum as well. And then obviously you have some janitors and clerical folk as well. So the figures, nothing too crazy, I'll be honest. They're just Lego City figures. But this set is gorgeous. The build process, while it was like 34 bags, I didn't finish it until like 10 minutes ago. It's been about a week and a half, 2 weeks worth of build time on and off trying to go through this. Definitely took a large amount of time. We're gonna start like all of our modulars. We're gonna go from top to bottom. So on the top of the hotel, obviously we have these nice borders here that come with the set. We have the window washing kit here that is detachable. Rotating this around for you guys, there's actually a doorway here which goes into the observatory, or where the director of the museum sits. Honestly, trying to get to your office is kind of cumbersome. I'll have some close-up shots on screen for you guys here, but there's a ton of stuff inside here. There's a desk, a ton of little knickknacks, and just generally like a lot of detail went into that office. We obviously have a telescope up here for him to enjoy the sights. There's cherry blossoms on the roof. Pulling this off here for a minute for you guys. You guys will see that the roof just slides off like normal. These windows are actually attached and they go from left to right inwards toward the middle. Definitely a solid whole piece here. Here's some more of those cherry blossoms on the roof, and then the build on the bottom. Pretty cool. I will say that when I did build this, I was missing a handful of pieces. I have just gone through the Lego process of doing it, submitting it with my receipt, and they're already sending me my replacement parts, and they'll be here probably next week, being that these parts are popular ones. Normally when you order parts from Lego, parts that are in demand, they send out within 7 days. So I'll see them soon. Getting into the second layer here, that's where you get some of the, like the first sets of exhibits that are smaller. I think that the exhibits are really cool because it does pull from other sets that currently exist. So my initial plan, at least right now, is to go through and redo these exhibits when I start putting my city together. And I'm going to be doing things like having a Marvel section and a Star Wars section and trying to cater them better, just similar to how the themes that I actually go with versus what Lego provided, which is more like Lego City traditional themes. So on this side we have, or actually I'll show you guys this way. So on this side, my right, your guys' left, we have the space theme. We have like a telescope and an astrarium here, which is similar to the set that came out a while ago with the moon and Earth that rotates. We have a moon base here, which is very reminiscent of like the old classic moon base sets rather than new sets that are coming out now. On this side, we have pirates, knights, and like Robin Hood. Those kind of sets from, you know, about 2 decades ago, or how Lego originally started building knight sets and train sets back in the day, and how they started moving away from those original themes, and now they're kind of more like a reminiscing thing that they do every once in a while. We have these beautiful balconies that are built into the set so they can cater some of the larger exhibits downstairs. And the beautiful switch they have from normal brick to like the decorative wall brick is just really nice for this set. You guys get a better close-up of both of these art pieces, one being for the dinosaur, one being for the space stuff, or just generally is really neat and thought out. There's actually smaller builds that I'll have here on screen for you guys to see here, but the Robin Hood build is a treehouse, the pirate build is a pirate ship, and then the knight build is a golden castle. And there's actually a spaceship Earth themed set in here, as well as like a globe, like a recreation of the Lego space logo with the ship flying across the planet thing from the earlier 2000s set line. So genuinely pretty cool to see that them throwing in those little Easter eggs of those sets. Taking a break before we go into the bottom floor of this, just showing you guys this small build that we didn't get to show you guys earlier with the little window washer operator machine. You got 2 levers here, a bucket, and just a smaller build that I think was pretty cool they included with the set. Flipping this around for you guys, we are going to get into some other of the builds in here. So obviously the big one for this set is going to be very hard to pick up like that. So obviously the big builds you guys see here on the front is we have the front of the building with the tree and all the people that I've displayed there with a nice plaque there above the door, and the nice columns that we have, as you guys can see on the front here. Definitely fun to build. I definitely enjoyed putting those together. And then obviously the 2 figures that are guarding the building. Flipping this in for you guys to see, we have the dinosaur that is just propped precariously there in the middle. And on this side, we have like a volcano and geology stuff. There's actually some more gems and more, like, I would say, throwbacks to the old miner sets that came out in like 2006, 2007, even before that, like 2003 maybe. Nothing in here from Bionicle, unfortunately, but we do have a front desk, a toilet, and like an area for the geologist to look through our binoculars or for like bones and other things like that. And fun fact, they actually do have dinosaur poo in a jar in here, which I think is pretty funny. I couldn't imagine that going over too well for this museum, being like, oh, we have some authentic animal stuff here. Something else that's really cool is there actually is some nice Art Deco pots and like clay stuff in here. I'll show you guys as well, just a lot of panning shots that I'm gonna have going through this whole thing. Definitely pretty cool just being able to have a large build like this. With a set like this, being able to have around like 4,000 pieces in this set for around $340 after tax, I think it's a great set. You know, generally, I think that being able to decorate the build yourself, I mean, I could pull out the dinosaur, as you guys can see, is taller here. When you actually put it in with this second floor on top, the dinosaur head actually comes up to where the people would be eye to eye with them, which is pretty cool. I think being able to decorate this is probably gonna be my favorite part about this. An additional thing is, you guys may have noticed that I have a large gray section here next to my museum. And what I'm gonna be doing with this is I'm actually gonna turn this into a nice green path, like a park or like a path that goes between the buildings. And it might go into a larger area, like a larger fountain, or just generally a bigger promenade that people will be able to walk through and have my figures decorated in. I'm excited to be able to do that because obviously I only have one other building that will fit in this side. So either I'm going to do a custom building or I'm going to do the walkway. I have a ton of green pieces that I've got from Pick-a-Brick over there that are waiting for me to go through and play this, or at least try to build this. I think it'd be nice to have a nice green area here with some flowers, maybe a tree or like a smaller park. The reason why I mentioned earlier in the video that this is based off of the New York Museum is because the DC Museum of Natural History, or the ones that you guys see at some of the Legoland Discovery Centers, are actually it's actually designed differently. It's more of like a Roman design, where this one is more reminiscent of like Night at the Museum, or the Museum of Natural History from New York. Granted, obviously there are differences. It's more of like inspired or heavily implied that it is what it's from. But obviously, you know, I think Lego did a good job making this. Obviously, they wanted to make a museum that was Lego based, so they could put their, you know, older sets and have hat nods from their older designs in here, but also make sure that this building in itself fits within the icon style, which is like they like to take inspiration from buildings that exist in real life. Overall, I will say this set is really cool. I'll give you guys a spin here really quick. I do think this set is really cool. It's very large. I mean, obviously, if I slide the Avengers Tower over here, obviously you guys see the street is the same. It'll work if I put the Avengers Tower on a Mills plate, which I need to do. But obviously, you know, I could have the Avengers Tower on this side and then have the Daily Bugle on this side of the build, and both the towers won't touch and they'll be able to work together. And more importantly, the size of the building will complement these better. The only thing that would complement this building better in size is having something like Doctor Strange's building that's retiring at the end of this year attached to this as well, maybe on the corner. I think it is definitely like a larger building that I think goes really well. I mean, it almost mimics the same size as the police station that retired earlier this year, or the jazz club. It definitely has that girth to it, that size that really makes this stand out as a set that I'm glad that I was able to finally pick up. There's some other features on this set. There's a door here that goes to the stairs on the back side. There's also a door on the that leads to like the emergency exit, or what would be the emergency exit on the back side of the building. Generally just like smaller details that I think are cool once people make functionality with them. But overall, it's a great build. I don't think that there's any real bads with this set. I will say that this is the first set that I've had in a very long time that I've noticed that I am missing a good amount of parts. I'm missing one part down here on the first floor, and then I'm also missing another part on the inside for one of the exhibits. Usually Lego's really good with their quality control, so I imagine that this is just a fluke. I know if I bought another one of these that I would actually have all the parts I would need. Doesn't happen too often, but I notice it more often than not with these larger sets, that sometimes, you know, a 1x4 plate or a 1x2 slope, or not a slope, a 1x2 like flat plate, like up here on the roof will go missing, or here on the sidewalk I won't have one. And I find that it's kind of degrading for the set, because like you want to be able to build a set at all, like as soon as you get it, you want to build it, put it all together, have everything. That's generally the only bad thing I have about the set, is just it seems like maybe there's a quality control issue. At least there's always potentially one for every set, and you'll just never know, because, you know, it's like one out of every probably a couple hundred sets misses anything. But that's kind of my buyer's, you know, whole information on this set. I mean, I think it's definitely worth the money if you guys do have it and you want it in your Lego setting. But as always, I'm Bearded Bricks. I'd love to know what you guys think about this set down in the comments. Do you guys think the figures are actually worth the money, or do you guys think you'd buy this just for the build and fill it with whatever you want? Let me know what exhibits you guys would want to put in this set. I saw that a lot of people were posting exhibits online on like Lego ideas, so definitely check that out if it's something you were gonna want to do for ideas. They had a whole contest about it. But yeah, as always, I'm Bearded Bricks. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you guys see all my future videos, and I will see you guys in the next one.